This is a Whiteman Motors. This is a 1960 Bug VW, and it is the original 36 horse engine. It's got the original front bumpers. It's all pretty much original, and it's got 98,000 original miles, and with the original engine still in it, still running good. A little low on compression, but still runs pretty decent for a 36 horse. And there's no real damage. It's got a little bit of rust that's been repaired underneath the battery tray. But it drives like a 36 horse V-dub, which reminds me a lot of back in the 50s having several oval window bugs. And it feels just like a Volkswagen. Doesn't have tons of power, but it's got lots of character. And it's all original paint, original running boards. Even has the aftermarket beauty rings for the wheels. The interior is original door panels, original seat covers. The dash is original. It's even got the weird Mercury aftermarket fuel gauge, gas gauge. It doesn't work because all the mercury leaked on top of the radio apparently. So the radio doesn't work, but it's a Motorola radio anyway. It's not the original Sapphire. So, but the headliner is all original. It's still in there. It's still intact, and it's just. I'm very tempted to restore it, but it's so nice to keep to have an original one that I'm not sure if it's worth restoring. It even has the original carpeting still in it, and you can see the carpeting and even the floor mats. Those are original to the car. And this is a 60 Bug. This is the last year before they had the fuel gauge. So this does not have a fuel gauge. It's got the reserve switch up there underneath the package tray. That's an aftermarket package tray that was installed years ago. So, and it's even got a 6-volt cigarette lighter. It works. So, and it's the 36 horse engine is original to the car. Runs decent, runs really good actually. I tuned it up, adjusted it, got it timed right so it doesn't lag. The notorious 36 horse engines are notorious for acceleration lags. They have a real bug when you accelerate hard, and this one actually accelerates pretty smooth. But you have to play with the timing just to get it right, to make it work just right. So, but the hubcaps are pretty much original as far as I know, but everything else is actually pretty tight for an old Bug, and it doesn't wander. It's got disc brakes in the front that somebody has installed, and I've got the original drum brakes, but it stops so well. It doesn't wander, doesn't pull when you brake, which is a common thing for the older Bugs. You pull to one side if you step hard in the brakes. But these things, the disc brakes in the front, it's actually pretty neat. It makes their originals. It makes it look original to the car. So I like them. So what I don't like is I'm going to replace the mirrors. These are not original mirrors, but I'm a nut on originality, and it's got original bumpers with no bumper grommet, so which is neat. So if anything, these bumpers I'd like to get them re-chromed, I guess. But anyway, it's a nice 36 horse. Turn signal. The turn signal lever's been glued. It's very common for these to break, and they're hard to find, these switches, anymore, but it works. the turn signal works. You see it working, and but I'm not sure if I can find the lever to replace this with. Got the brakes to work, and when I first got it, the brakes were popped, which is very common when they get out of adjustment. So I've got that adjusted now. It's got the whine in first gear. The old crash box transmission does not have synchro into first gear when you're downshifting. It's got the first gear howl, which is very common with these transmissions. It doesn't die, which is another big thing on these the 28 PCI carburetors. This bug is the epitome of a John Muir Volkswagen. John Muir, How to Keep Your Volkswagen Alive. That's what this book was written for, and for this car. And this was one that they were everywhere when I was a kid. And this is back in the 60s and 70s. Everybody had one of these. 60 is about as fast as you want to go with one of these, just because of gearing. Usually, on the old bugs, when you push the brakes, they would do this on the floor. But this one doesn't do that. The disc brakes make a big difference. It's kind of nice to have. So I'm in third gear now, going up the hill. And you can see, we'll be lucky if we can get to 45 going up the hill, up a grade like this, starting out from a dead stop. If I hit the hill running, I can make it up 45 pretty easy. Still have to shift down. That's 36 horse engine.